Happy Sunday. I hope that everyone is doing well. It feels like it's been a long time since I've been able to, since I've had the chance to actually make something in my kitchen. I have been super busy, but today I've got a couple extra minutes and I'm not going to be walking outside. We have had some horrible winds. The winds blew really bad last night. I thought we were having an earthquake a couple times. But today I'm just going to do something really easy and fast. I'm going to show you how to make yogurt in the Instant Pot. It's so easy, you wouldn't believe how quick you can do it, and it's really no hands-on, like hardly any hands-on time. And it's obviously so much healthier to make your own yogurt than to buy it at the store. I'm not sure if you pay much attention to labels, but especially if you buy the flavored yogurt. Now, if you buy just plain Greek yogurt or just plain regular yogurt at the store, that is healthy. It doesn't have any added sugar. But if you buy any of the flavored yogurt, fruit yogurt, that's got, I think I've read that it actually has more sugar than candy bars. So, and it's actually a lot cheaper to make it at home. And you know, I'm pretty cost effective. So I'm just gonna show you how to do that really quickly. And if you have an Instant Pot, you wouldn't believe how easy it is to do this. So I actually made some the other day that has been sitting in my refrigerator, and I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. But first, what I'm going to do, I've got my clean Instant Pot bowl. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you, whenever I make yogurt, I have a separate Instant Pot that I use to make it because of the little like the little rubber ring right here that can pick up like different scents or flavors of anything you make. So if you, let's say you made a pot roast with lots of garlic or onions, that flavor and that smell is going to stick right here on this ring. So you definitely don't want your yogurt, I would not want my yogurt to taste like that. So I've got two different Instant Pots, and I use one just for making yogurt. So I've got my clean bowl, and then the milk, this is actually called a cold start yogurt. So the milk that I'm using is Dairygold Fit. It is ultra filtered, and it's also ultra pasteurized. That's very important because you're going to want that, if you don't have that kind of milk, you're gonna have to go through a long process of boiling your milk and then letting it come down to a certain temperature. Being ultra filtered and ultra pasteurized, you can actually start your yogurt from cold. So I've got, what did I get this time? Whole milk. And it's also lactose free. So if you're lactose intolerant, this is the perfect yogurt and the perfect recipe for you. I have used a couple other brands. I've used Lactaid. I've actually used the Fred Meyer brand milk that is, and I can't remember what it's called. Maybe it's just Fred Meyer milk, but it's also ultra filtered, ultra pasteurized, and I think it's lactose free. So I'm just going to this is what, a half gallon almost, pour that into my bowl. And this is cold. I just pulled it out of the refrigerator a few minutes ago before I got started on my video. So I'm just gonna pour that in here. I guess it's actually less than half a gallon, 59 ounces. So, and then once you pour your milk in here, you're going to need a starter culture. So when I first started making yogurt, I would buy, I had to have a starter culture, so I would buy just plain yogurt at the store, and this was whole milk plain. And you use just about a tablespoon, give or take, for this much milk. So I saved these containers so that the yogurt that I make, I have something to store them in. So the starter culture that I'm going to use is actually from the yogurt that I made a few days ago. Honestly, I don't even measure how much yogurt I'm gonna use as a starter culture. That is definitely more than a tablespoon. So it's probably closer to 1/8 of a cup. So I'm just gonna put that in here. And again, this is yogurt that I already made, and I will show you in a minute. And there's also a little bit of whey in here. I'm just gonna pour it in here. Pour it in what I'm making. So once I've put my starter yogurt in here, I'm just going to whisk it a couple times, just for a few seconds. Make sure it's good and mixed up. Now your Instant Pot should have a button that says yogurt or a yogurt setting. The first time that you use it, you can set how many hours that you want your yogurt to cook, whatever, at that temperature. Some people do 8 hours, some people do 24 hours. I only do mine for 12, though you could definitely do it for longer that you want it to incubate, but 12 works fine for me. Now actually it's almost 2 o'clock, so mine will be done at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's okay. It can actually sit in the Instant Pot whenever it's done, and it'll be fine until I get up in the morning, cover it with plastic, and then put it in the refrigerator. So I've got my milk whisked with my starter yogurt, and I'm going to go on and put it in my Instant Pot. So let me just turn this way, plug it in. And then I've got this little yogurt button right here, if you can see. So I'm just gonna hit that. And I've already got mine set for 12 hours. Honestly, I don't remember when I first started doing this, I don't remember if it was set at zero, like if it was automatically set at 0 or whatever. I just put mine for 12 hours because I thought, well, that's a good place to start. You know, if I need to do a little bit less next time, I'll do that, a little bit more. So I've just started it. I put the lid on, hit the yogurt button. So in 12 hours, I will have yogurt that's ready to go into the refrigerator. Now I've got the yogurt that I made just a couple of days ago that has been in the refrigerator, and it's very thick. I want to show you, it's a good thick Greek yogurt. Like, you can stand a spoon up in it. You don't have to do any straining. That's one thing that I love. When I first started making yogurt, some of the recipes that I looked at to have a good thick yogurt, you would bring your milk to a boil and then let it come down to, I think it's like 110 degrees. But anyway, when all was said and done, you had a runny yogurt. And if you wanted it to be thick, then you had to strain it through a cheesecloth. Well, with this recipe, you don't have to. So it's one thing I really love. Now I'm just going to take this yogurt that I made a few days ago, and I'm going to put it in these containers that I have saved. Now this is unsweetened, which that's what I prefer, is an unsweetened yogurt, because I always add mine to, if I don't have any kefir, or sometimes I do kefir and yogurt in a smoothie, but the granola that I made, I guess going on about a month ago, I like to add my granola to my yogurt sometimes for lunch, or breakfast, you know, or whatever. Just so this being unsweetened, you know, when all's said and done, whenever I'm done with my smoothies, or if I'm having this with granola, it's not too sweet. It's actually just perfect. So this yogurt, it'll be good for a couple weeks. Probably about, I don't know, I want to say probably about 3 weeks. Once it's made and put in the containers, but mine doesn't last me that long. Usually I'll be done with it in, you know, in about 10 days, and then I'll have to make some more. But the good news is, you know, once you start making it, you don't have to buy your starter culture. I mean, unless you just run out of time and, or you don't, you know, you don't go to the store and have any milk. The right kind of milk. Then of course you'll have to buy some more starter culture if you eat all of it before you make another batch. But yeah, I've gotten to where I don't have to buy a starter culture anymore. I just use what I've already made. So it's that easy. I went to see a friend yesterday who is really sick and on antibiotics, and I went to see her to take her some kefir grains and some kefir that I had already made, and also a kombucha SCOBY. She's wanting to get into making that again. You know, antibiotics can really mess with your gut. So when I was driving home last night, I thought about, oh, you know, I need to make some yogurt. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow and do a little video to show everybody how easy it is. So that's it. We've got yogurt going in the Instant Pot, and I have just put what I made in some containers to go in the refrigerator, and that's all you have to do. Now, if you do prefer your yogurt to be sweetened, and you don't want to, do any granola or anything like that, I have seen some recipes that people will add like a can of sweetened condensed milk to this into your starter and just go on and whisk that in before you start the process in the Instant Pot. I personally haven't tried that, so I can't say whether or not that works. I would assume it does. Just make it a little bit sweeter. So if you would prefer a sweet yogurt, then you can, definitely try something like that. Or you can always make, like a blueberry topping or some type of a sauce to go, to mix in once your yogurt is done. But I hope you give it a try, and let me know if you have any questions. Just send me a message. I hope everyone is doing great and that you have a wonderful week this coming week. Take care.